This is a quick video showing you how to integrate FunnelFLARE with your CRM. I'll be using Salesforce here today, but everything I'm going to show you is applicable to any other CRM that integrates with FunnelFLARE. So one of the big parts of the integration with FunnelFLARE is, of course, the use of our Chrome extension. Our Chrome extension allows you to do the power dialing, it does the SMS messaging, and it also adds prospect insights and account insights to your CRM. Now, this little badge here that you see here is called Prospect Insights, and really what we want to do is connect the contacts in your CRM with the contacts in FunnelFLARE. So how this is done is in FunnelFLARE, after you've integrated the basics or made the basic connection to your CRM, if you go into your contacts and go down here, CRM contact updates, this is the connection between your CRM and FunnelFLARE. And again, this is the case here I'm using is Salesforce, but if you're using Zoho or some of the other CRMs that we have, you'll see instead of Salesforce here, you'll see the name of the CRM that you're using. So what this configuration does is it is the connection that takes the contact data and the account data from your CRM and uploads it into FunnelFLARE. Some CRMs will have webhooks, therefore the data will be asynchronously communicated from the CRM back into FunnelFLARE. Other CRMs, though, do not have webhooks, so the pulling from data from the CRM into FunnelFLARE is going to be on a scheduled basis. So if you do not see this already, you can make a connection to your CRM, but typically after you've integrated the CRM and did the authentication, you will see this connection. This connection is shared by all users within FunnelFLARE. So to edit it, you just click this pencil, and what it does is brings up a mapping screen. So the mapping screen maps the field data from your CRM into FunnelFLARE. So when a contact is created or updated in your CRM, the fields in your CRM need to be mapped into the fields of FunnelFLARE. So the fields you see here, this is Salesforce or CRM data. This is the CRM field name. This is data pulled from your CRM that is an example of the first 10 rows or something like that of your CRM. Now, these drop downs, these are the fields in FunnelFLARE. So you basically select a field in the CRM and select a field in FunnelFLARE that you want to map that data to. Update these field values option, if selected, will anytime something changes in the CRM, it will update that data in FunnelFLARE. If it's unchecked, the only time the data will flow into FunnelFLARE is if there is no data for that field in FunnelFLARE. And one of the most important fields in the CRM mapping is the contact manager. Now, I know not all CRMs do have this concept of a contact manager or contact owner. And if there isn't one, then basically you're going to have to use a custom field or something like that in your CRM to let FunnelFLARE know who the contact owner is for the specific contact coming into FunnelFLARE. So the mapping is a contact manager email. So in your CRM, there will be some representation of a contact owner. And what we're typically looking for is the email address of that. Some CRMs, it's a contact ID, and we'll automatically do the magic and figure out who the contact email address is in FunnelFLARE. But most of the other cases, you're going to be looking for the contact owner email address in FunnelFLARE. Another very important field is so you'll see, of course, all the fields like name, address, that type of stuff. But one of the more important fields is the lookup key or the email address. To ensure that FunnelFLARE doesn't have duplicate contacts in the FunnelFLARE database, FunnelFLARE uses the email address for that lookup key. Now, if email address isn't provided, you can also use phone number, and there's a soft lookup for phone numbers because sometimes multiple contacts can have the same phone number, but typically only one contact, there's a one-to-one relationship between a contact and its unique email address. So you'll map that by finding the specific field here, which is the lookup field, email address or lookup column. You will map it to the CRM's email address or how it represents it in your CRM. So in Salesforce, it's called email. In other systems, it's typically email, but there's other namings that I've seen in other CRMs. You'll want to map that to this lookup column here. The rest of them are really what data you want in FunnelFLARE. And you can also filter this data. So sometimes it's a case you'll only want the contacts for example, one contact manager. So basically you can flag this here, say only import contacts with the email address of AJ, who is the person who has this account right now. And you can filter on any of the other fields within FunnelFLARE as well. Now, if there's a field that you see in your CRM, but you don't see in the drop down here, and these are all the fields in FunnelFLARE, you'll need to create a custom field in FunnelFLARE. And where you do that is you'll go into your administration, account settings, scroll to the bottom. You'll find here custom fields, and you can create custom fields on the contacts or the accounts, or what we call them organizations. So really you can create any custom field, and we have lots of different custom field types, single option pick lists, files, URLs, links, any of this type of stuff. And then once you've created the custom field, you can go back to this mapping screen. You're gonna have to refresh this, load this screen so that it does show up here, and then you map it to this specific field. Then basically when you've done all of your mapping, you go next. And when you hit finish, what you're going to be presented with is this little modal. And it says here, do you want to import all of the data that matches the criteria and this mapping now? And typically you'll want to do this and click yes. If you don't do it, then basically if you are in the scenario where you mapped a webhook, the only data you're going to see in FunnelFLARE is that data that has changed. So the next change that happens in your CRM will update that specific contact that has changed in FunnelFLARE. So typically what you'll want to do is hit yes and do a bulk import, and then you'll just wait for changes, and those changes will update FunnelFLARE as things as they change. But you'll typically, the first time you do an integration, you're going to want to do the bulk import of all of the data. Now, if you forgot a couple of fields or all the data that you wanted in FunnelFLARE isn't there, it's okay. Come back, go through this process again, do the remapping, and then again here, make sure you click yes and bulk import all the data so that the database in FunnelFLARE is up to date. So this concludes the first part of a two-part series on integrating your CRM. Take a look for our second video on getting data from FunnelFLARE into your CRM.